Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Haley. I'm a cashless budgeter, recent graduate, and caregiver who's working on healing her relationship with finances as well as working toward financial freedom. I am kind of in a rush today because I'm doing this in between appointments. So I'm going to try to flip through this as quickly as I can. So this will be budgeting my first check of December, and I brought in this check $1,062.64. I am taking out two budget lines out of this today. So there's $151.64 that went into my buffer and paying for other expenses I don't track on this channel. And then there was an additional $59 that I'm taking off of this as well. And I'll get to that later, but basically it was for Christmas shopping or online Christmas shopping. That was done. So once I take those two items out, we'll actually be stuffing $852. I'll just write that on the top here so I know that's what we're stuffing. Good news, random good news. I was approved for my holiday bonus in its entirety. So for those who don't know, my company, we do get holiday bonuses or get assessed for holiday bonuses, not only by the company's performance, but also our performance and how long we've worked with the company. So we can get the full, I think it's 3% of, well, 3 to 5% of our income based on that, and I was able to get my full percentage this year, so I'm really happy about that. I'll probably make a separate video for that because I know what the number is pre-tax, but I had to figure out what it is once they take out taxes and retirement. So that'll be a whole separate video. But moving on. So tithes, the difference between what I made and what I budgeted for the month, 10%, that is about $11. So I'll be putting in $201 towards tithes from this check. And then household was the same as what I budgeted. Most of these are going to be the same for what I budgeted. Honestly, for the most part. And again, kind of rushing. Insurance comes out of my second check, so that'll be later. This is the only line item that's different for Christmas. If I can take the money out of my check instead of removing it from my savings just because I don't feel like dealing with transfers back and forth, I do that. So all I had left to finish off what I wanted to give for those within my immediate family for Christmas, which, wow, words, was $130. And I was able to take that out of this check. So that'll be done. My variable or automatic, ASP is automatic savings program withdrawals. Since we have 5 Mondays out of the month, my weekly stuffing will get $10. My bi-weekly stuffings, one will get $15 and the other one will get $10. That's just how the cookie crumbled as far as Mondays were concerned. Retirement, the $20 I have automatically going to my Roth IRA that comes out of my second check. And I'm not tracking my expenses or what I put in my buffer this month just because there's so much in and out and so many other things going on to the point where my budget in that regard would kind of fall apart because I don't know exactly how much I need depending on a whole other situation that will be probably in a video, may or may not be, I don't know at this point. We're just seeing what happens in that regard. And then I put a budget line down here for Christmas because I don't know what I'm receiving for Christmas, whether or not that be physical gifts or money. I don't know. I just thought I'd put it here just in case. And if I do receive any money, I'll probably either make a short about it or another video to cash stuff it. Or include it in a future video. So we'll see what that will be. So I just put a question mark because I don't know. So doing all of this, by the way, guys, I already double checked my math before doing this, so I'm probably not going to double check it again. I'm mostly just walking through what my expenses were at this point. So that is all for my first check on this behalf. As far as my sinking funds and savings are concerned, I was able to put $50 exactly, and $50 again exactly, and both my short-term revolving funds and my car. TMI is for tax and tag, maintenance, and insurance. Since I am ahead in the majority of those envelopes, I decided I'm probably going to do them randomizer style, which will be in our next video. And more than likely, I'll just pick categories that will be heavier for me next year, or to try to get the ball rolling on them even more for next year. Because I am of the opinion right now, especially when it comes to my first check and it being bill heavy, the more I can put towards those sinking funds that I know are coming up, most of them being annual or semi-annual bills, the better. So that more of my finances beyond that can go to savings and debt. And since my debt is paused right now, it's mostly savings. So I am putting $50 to each of those. I usually budget $60 to go into my emergency fund, but since my student loans are in forbearance, I was able to up that a bit, and I'll probably keep the 75 number until I have to start repaying student loans again. So we'll see when that changes. But emergency fund will get $75. And here in this other section, there are two kind of savings challenges / sinking funds that I took off of here to condense more in my budget for various reasons. I'm sure I mentioned it in a previous video. But long story short, we have other things as far as home and work going on that I want to get ahead in my major sinking funds and savings first. So these are more so if I have the money left over in my budget to do them, I will put towards them. I did have a $10 IOU in travel and a $6 IOU in my Dream Year challenge. Both of those I use smaller scratch offs to fill bigger challenges. And they're, again, on a case-by-case basis if I have money left over. So this $16 is going towards filling the IOUs for those. And expenses, going over those real quick. The $59 I took out earlier is from any Christmas shopping I did on Etsy and Amazon, both for myself and my family. I did have, by the time you're seeing this, it would have been almost a week ago. December and this time of year is usually, how can I say it? It's usually appointment heavy for me and those within my family, whether it be annual exams, infusions, this, that, and the third. So a lot of my expenses this month will more likely be health related, as they were in November. So I did have an eye care appointment, which I am taking out of my care credit funds. That was $165.89. And then I do have a prescription cost that was $12. But I didn't want the $12 in my budget in this check because it kind of threw my numbers off. So I'll more than likely just add that to my holiday bonus. I'm sure $12 won't make that much of a difference to me in that regard. So I feel comfortable taking it out of there instead of transferring out of my savings to then put it back. So that is my budget for the first check of December. I am going to run, hopefully get another appointment done, and then come back to the cash stuffing, which might be just as rush. Actually, you know what? I am going to go ahead and stuff at least my emergency fund and these two IOUs. And then when I come back, I'll have enough time to do the randomizer for my short term and the car stuffing. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so hold on one second while I clean all this up and get my other funds together. You guys, tell me that you get up and completely lose your train of thought without telling me you get up and completely lose your train of thought, because I sure did, and I kind of forgot I was doing this part. And when I sat down to do this part, I also forgot to press the record button. So I'm just going to review what I did and stuff the last envelope I have left, because apparently I'm just not proficient at functioning at this point. So, vacation. Let me see if you guys can actually see that. Can. Cool. Okay, so vacation had the $10 IOU that I already put in here and condensed this to $55. And I'm going to go ahead and Actually, no, I'll do that later. Dream Year. I had a $6 IOU in here as well. So now it's 50, 20, 42. Wow, 92. Wow. 50, 70, 92. Okay. Don't judge my weird counting, please. That was, wow. Alright. So then I was getting to my emergency fund, which the $75, that'll be added into here. Let's see. It currently has 1,022. It was 1,012 the last time I recorded, but I did get $10 of interest on my emergency fund account, so I already stuffed that in here previously. And I'm going to add 75, which actually should go straight in here, right? So got 2 up here. Double checking. All right, so it should be 1,097. Okay, so I got 1,000, 50, 70, 90, 95, 97. Fantastic. And I think I'm trying to figure out where I stopped when I cut off. Yes, I did mark the 45 in this April part and the 30 in August for the $75. I believe I only have, let's see, 33, $158 left on this to go, which I'm really surprised at, because I don't know if you guys ever paid attention to the numbers up here. I was expecting this to take me at least 2 years to do. So the emphasis I've been putting on my emergency fund and the increased urgency to have at least 1 month ahead has really pushed me to get this done. I might just redo this challenge once I finish it, or I might replace it with another challenge, then come back to it. I haven't decided any of that yet. But yeah, after this card, minus the bonus scratch-offs, I think I'll actually be able to scratch off from the book itself, and I'll be caught up with what I scratched off beforehand. That is so cool. Random notes I'm making to myself. So that will be the end of this video. I will cash stuff and randomize the $50 for my short-term funds and the $50 for my car emergency fund. Car maintenance funds. Sorry. And emergency fund too, but regardless. That will depend on the randomizer, won't it? And I'll probably do another scratch off for my Dream Year challenge and my travel challenge. That'll honestly just depend on my next check and how much I have to allocate to my non-sinking funds outside of my emergency fund and property taxes. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Again, I also don't know what the balance will be for my holiday bonus yet. So once all that gets figured out, I believe I'll be able to better determine where I can do more scratch offs and where I just have to kind of skip it and let the automatic savings fill them up for me. So again, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a blessed night, evening, day, wherever you are in the world, and see you guys next time. Bye, guys.